So today I am going to be sharing with you guys tips on how to stay motivated when it comes to your business. Sometimes it can be very, very difficult, no matter where you are at in your business. The truth is, you are going to go through things. You're possibly going to go through obstacles. So I think it's very, very important for you to stay motivated even when things are up or down. And the best time to be motivated is when things are down because yeah. And a lot of times, we have to show up to our business regardless, even when we are going through stuff. And so today I'm going to share with you guys some tips on ways that you can stay motivated. So number one, to me, is very, very important that you have a strict schedule. To me, especially with two children, if it's not on my calendar, it's not going to happen. It's very, very important as well that I have everything on Google Calendar because I get notifications when I have meetings. Um, because yeah, it's super, super important. As well as I'm not going to. And a lot of times, I also try to book my appointments, my meetings around the times that I have my children napping. So one of the things that I do book weekly are interviews because we are always hiring, always looking for, when it comes to my hubby's construction business. I also help him with that. I do weekly interviews with him. Well, we're not with him, but for his business Wednesdays at 12 o'clock. So that's on my schedule. No matter what, I'm going to be doing interviews, and it's group interviews. That way, I'm not sitting there all day just doing interviews. It takes me possibly about 20 to 30 minutes to meet with about 3 or 4 people. And during these interviews, I'm deciding, okay, do we want to hire them? But I'm not wasting time. And so to me, if it's not on my schedule, I'm not going to get it done. So as entrepreneurs, it's super, super important that we have a strict schedule, especially when, you don't have to look up to a boss or you don't have someone telling you what time to show up. Very, very important that you have your own time. You're pretty much working to a schedule. So number two is to set a higher estimated standards for yourself. Aim higher, dream bigger. I think this is super, super important that you are, dreaming big, dreaming higher than what you think it. A lot of times, as well as it's going to take more work than what we think it's going to take. So for that reason, it's very, very important that we aim higher for what is it that we want to accomplish. Number three is to learn from other successful people. If there's people that have what you want within your industry, learn from them. And if you can't get this knowledge from, actually touching them or actually being, around them, then read the books that's necessary to succeed. We're always looking up. We have a couple people, just within my hubby's construction business that we look up to for advice. Maybe we're calling them, having phone calls with them, or we're, taking them out to lunch. I think this is super, super important to help us move forward when it comes to having a successful business. Number four is to always remember your why. Why are you pushing forward? Why are you going after your dreams? Sometimes this can be very, very difficult when maybe you're getting all these things thrown at you all at once. And you're like, oh, what direction should I go? So that way, like if you're getting all these different things thrown at you, if you remember your why or what direction you're going for, it's going to be a whole lot easier to keep moving forward. So I think that's super, super important. Number five is to treat failure as a stepping stone. I personally don't believe in failure. I believe everyone, we're all going to go through mishaps. We're all going to go through possibly where failure is a thing. Maybe we didn't hit that goal. But to me, failure is not a thing to me. Failure just means I did not right now. So keep moving forward. Don't let failure don't give up. Look at that as a stepping stone for you to, learn from. To me, that's what a stepping stone is. Yes, David. Yes, come here. And so to me, that's very, very important that you take a look into what failure is. It's not, it's just a stepping stone. Want to say hello to everyone?
Hello.
Hello. This is David, everyone. This is my son, and we had a wonderful Mother's Day yesterday. And so number 6, it's very, very important that you have a mentor or coach. Sometimes having that a second opinion within your business is super, super important. And I also think it's very, very important to get a mentor or coach that specializes in with what you do. With my hubby's business, we actually have a coach. It's our friends, David. Yep, our friends. We're talking to our friends. So I think it's super, super important for you to have a coach. And as I was saying, it's like super, super important that you have a coach that you specialize in with what you are trying to do. Like in my hubby's business, in our construction business, we have a coach that we meet with weekly, and also like we can schedule coaching calls whenever we need to. But they actually specialize in construction. Like I hear all the time, like I'm like you have to specialize or meet with a coach that specializes within what you're trying to do. And also, what was really, really nice about having a coach is that, like, let's say like a lot of times like we're like, oh my gosh, like what is it that we're going to do, and our coaches are able to look at the full picture of something. But because we're in the actual the daily grind, like we might not see the bigger picture of things. So having that coach is going to help you see the bigger things of your business, and they're also going to help you push into the right direction. And having a coach that specializes in what you offer, they're not having to figure things out. Like our coaches, because they are deal with contractors, like they're like, okay, I've dealt with that issue with another client, and they're able to push us in the right direction. And so I think it's very important to do so. I've also hired coaches before in the past where I'm like, and each week they've asked me, hey, like, what is your business again? So for that reason, like, I think it's super, super important that you hire someone that actually cares, that has done what you're looking to do. So I do think a coach is very, very important. And yes, coaches do cost. But at the same time, like if they're going to be spending time with you, that valuable time, then they should be compensated for what they're doing. Number 7 is to surround yourself with people who have the same drive as you. That is one reason why I started my women's group, is because I'm wanting to surround myself with other women who are on the same journey I am. My women's group, mastermind group that I have, a lot of our, there's women that are all different directions of life, or all different goals, but we're all wanting to kind of hit the same thing when it comes to business, even though our goals are different. So for that reason, like, it's super, super important that you surround yourself with other people who have big goals, or possibly looking to go where you want to go. And also, like, if you hang out with people who are also on the same journey, like, you guys could possibly learn together. You're not in the fight alone. And as I said, like, it's super, super important. Number 8 is to take risk. Taking risk in your business can be scary, but it can also expand you into the new levels when it comes to your business. And I think that's super, super important. Number 9 is to practice gratitude. Knowing that you're grateful for what you have is super, super important. Maybe you have these big goals, but at the same time, like, we have to be super grateful for where we're going. Or we have to be grateful for where we are now. And I think that's super, super important, that we like, yeah, I have this big goal of, making $1 million in the next year or two. But for us to do that, I have to be grateful for the life that I was given. I think that's super, super important. And number 10 is to reward yourself. Very, very important that you reward yourself. Like, self-love is very, very important. If you hit a huge goal or even a small goal, celebrate and then get back to work. I think that's super, super important that we celebrate even the small wins. Celebrate that, with my hubby's business, we just finally finished our review when it comes to our DBE, MBE, and SB certifications. It's a huge thing, huge win. And it was a lot of paperwork that we had to complete. Now that it's completed, now it's time to celebrate. But at the same time, of course, we got to get back to work. And so I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just share with you guys some tips on how to stay motivated. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, I'm here. I think it's very, very important to provide value, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just share with you guys my thoughts on how to stay motivated because, sometimes business is tough. I don't personally think business is for everyone, but with the right support, it could be for you as well. And you guys have an amazing day.